Wife started cheating right after I got our finance back together, Part 4. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. But anyways, we were driving and Kay was just sitting in the middle lane of a 2-laner of a road and I just waited for a moment, and she went back into one lane. I was like, hey Kay, are you alright? We were just in between both those lanes for like 15 seconds. No, I wasn't. Yes. You were. I was there in that moment specifically, you were. No, I wasn't. She's gaslighting me. Has she been doing this whole time? Something was off, cause things have been great and now she's going back to this stuff. A week later, my boss invited us to his house to play poker with him and his buddies, and I was a little hesitant to go because a few times in the past when we had gone to things like this, Kay would get drunk really easily. Which wasn't a big deal, but it was just that Kay would just kind of be mean to me while she was drunk. Like, you'd think maybe your wife would be a little all over you if she's tipsy, but it's literally like I became invisible. The couple of times in the past it happened, it bothered me a lot and it caused arguments with us. So, I felt hesitant to go because I knew I'd be the unwanted babysitter at the end of it. But, I knew I got drunk not too long ago, so I can't be hypocritical. And, we need to get out more and see friends. We had a long conversation before where I expressed my feelings and she was both irritated but said she understood and that was fair. But, it was kind of like a child not wanting to eat their vegetables. So we went. And predictably, that's what happened. She was passed out in the bathroom floor of our house when I eventually threw in the white flag for us to go home. But, man, shit felt fucking off. It also seemed like she was a little flirty with my boss, she kept stealing his drink. Which was a little weird, cause they hardly know one another. So, I fucking did it again. I snooped on her phone. Except, I didn't really find anything. I saw there was a convo with L, but skipped over it at first. But, I was like, sure, I'll look at it. Wasn't worried really, because he's like 55 years old, I'm 34, and Kay is 25. And he's been my mentor and #1 fan in my career and we work closely together every day. But, I noticed there's a lot of texts. Like, kind of a lot since that night at the bar. I tried looking for anything suspicious and I thought it was weird that she was talking to him the day he invited us over, like, I thought it was random he invited us cause I wasn't talking to him. My wife acted surprised that he invited us. Yet, they were talking about it before he texted me. I did find one thing. She had started a text convo of checking in with him that morning and told him about our day and how her and I were going to do some stuff with the kids. She joked it would be better with some Jameson. He told her to stop by and grab some and if he's not there that he'll tell her where it's at. Her, it's more fun with company. Him, heart emoji. Her, heart emoji. What the fuck? I confront her about this and she explained she didn't want it to seem weird that she befriended my boss, so she didn't mention it cause she didn't want it to be weird. I felt some weird feelings about it, but I said okay, that's fine, he's a great person, just don't hide shit from me. Kay never made friends the whole 4 years she was down here with me. So, I felt that if she was gonna have a new best friend, then cool if it's one of my best friends. But, just don't know why you'd hide it. Over the next few weeks, she kept acting more and more distant and now we were back in June when I found Facebook guy. I kept trying to get info out of her, but she said she was just confused and needed time. But, to not press her for answers because if I do, she might give me an answer I don't want to hear. We went out for another date night. Which, unfortunately was the bar again instead of something cool like hiking. Because, now she wants to get out and make friends with people because now she's magically extroverted. Well, I put things aside for a few days so we could have a great date day. But she's just distant. When we get to the bar, I could hardly get conversation out of her. I joked in my head that if I wasn't married, this would feel like our last date. She finally opens up and is like, do you think that chick is hot over there? Or that one? Etc. She's checking out other girls. She mentioned the bisexual thing earlier in my story, and honestly it is a fantasy of mine and it would be super hot to get my wife and another girl in bed at the same time, but, just seems dangerous for the marriage and I wouldn't ever want to put that at risk. We also agreed we didn't want another person in the relationship. Kay, why do you keep asking me if I like different girls? Do you want to see me with them or something? Maybe. I had a mixture of a boner and extreme confusing. The extreme confusion took over because, Kay, that's not what we agreed to, why are you flipping the script again? This pretty much ruined the night, and she wouldn't talk to me hardly anymore that night and was pissed that I called it for us to go home at 1 a.m. because my mom was watching the kids. The next week, she was more distant and would slip off and go out of the house more. I had a weird feeling, so I'd be like, "Hey, are you talking to my boss? 'Cause you're really happy when we go there but miserable around me." She said hardly at all. Then, as things felt weirder, she mentioned that my boss said that if something happened with Kay and I, that I could stay with him for a couple of months while Kay and I tried to figure things out. Kay was acting like she wanted a separation to figure stuff out. Somewhere along this way, it changed from the offer of me moving in with him to me or Kay moving in. She continued to just shut me out, and it created insane amounts of awkwardness at the house. Finally I was like, "Kay, WTF is going on? How long is this going to last? We can't just run away from things and hope they magically get better. Like, we have to work this out now, or are we done?" She just stared at me and started crying. "I love you, but I'm not in love with you." There it was. We cried. I told her, "Are we doing this?" "I think we are." "Okay, well, how about we separate and then see how we feel in X amount of time?" "Okay. Also, can we go to counseling?" "Okay." This then changed to her wanting to move out and take my boss up on his offer. I initially told my boss that I would take his offer 'cause I wanted to make it easy on everybody. But, she said, "Why would you move out of your house for a couple of months and then come back? 'Cause then I would still need a place to stay. Also, don't get your hopes up about the counseling. Even if the counselor tells us we should do this or that, she doesn't really know us very well. So, I'm probably not gonna do what she tells us to do." Okay. Fuck. This isn't a short-term separation. Well, okay. I tried being a trooper about all of this. Like, "Hey, we are going to be best friends still. Maybe we even still have a sex life, let's make this work the best for the kids. Etc., etc., etc. Like, let's make the best of it." Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.